welcome to Sports Betting Illuminated, where we play with the house and not against it. Hello, Brian. Welcome in. We do want to win today. It's been a little bit of a slow morning when it comes to betting. I think everyone is just recovering from 4th of July, and it was a hot day, a lot of sun with, I'm sure a lot of alcohol, maybe some cannabis mixed in there. And yeah, how was your holiday? Mine was so relaxing, just chilling on the beach in my bikini, getting a lot of sun. So I think I'm pretty tan today, but I am looking a little red. Like I do see on camera I'm looking a little bit red, so hopefully it's not coming across like too crazy. How is everyone doing? Are the comments working this morning? Oh, sweet. Okay, now I see your comments coming through. Hey, Super Pro, nice seeing you. Ooh, pool day. That's the best. That is the best. Right after work, just chilling. Hopefully we weren't drinking too long. I was able to just relax, take a nice little vacation. It felt so good. Thanks. I feel like especially tan wearing this like neon dress. Like, I think just the whole like neon look plus the tan, it makes me look even more tan. What do you think? It kind of looks like your font main color right there. But yeah, definitely feeling like I'm glowing a little bit, but my skin's hurting too because I got a little bit of a sunburn. Yes, the fireworks were incredible. That was really, truly like spectacular, and also it was really fun seeing the Phillies win. I was rooting for them. I was, I was just playing the total in that game, but of course rooting for them, seeing them win. This is my second baseball game like ever, so professional baseball, not like high school baseball games, but it was really exciting. I enjoyed it a lot. Good morning, Spencer. How are you doing? Hope you're having a smooth recovery after last night's celebrations. But lots of people were out partying, and I saw just fireworks everywhere, all over Philly. A lot of people got some really nice just spots to view the fireworks in front of the art museum, just by parking on like the side of the highway. Like, lots of traffic. Thanks so much, Super Pro. Yeah, I hope you guys are all having a nice chill morning. That's why we're just vibing out here listening to some island jam music. All right, but we will be talking about sports. Of course, things are a little slow this morning because everyone's still waking up from the holidays. So a lot of these lines are a little bit slow to move. Just looking for spots where Vegas is taking a stand, if they like any particular games. But these lines have just been a little bit slow this morning. So I think we'll just start off with some cannabis before we dive into the games. We're still waking up. We're waking and baking here. I have my coffee right here. Oh, by the way, guys, my Kazumi coffee maker finally arrived, but it arrived broken. So I'm waiting for a replacement part, and I just hope they ship it soon because I've been waiting months for this. It's taken a long time. Hey, Noel. Good morning. Nice seeing you. So one of these days I'm going to be able to make coffee with you guys on air and like show you how this looks when it actually works properly. It is not broken. But yeah, soon I'll be making coffee and we'll be smoking cannabis more than just smoking cannabis and drinking coffee. That'll be fun. That will be fun. All right, so today I thought you guys would like the strain I'm smoking. It's called Liberty Haze. It's sativa dominant, but it also is kind of citrusy. It has some mental stimulation, so this is great for like just socializing, watching the fireworks, you know, hanging out with friends, having some deep conversations. And I don't know, as this weekend just continues on and you know the vibes are high, why not enjoy with some liberty? Oh, I like smoking a Liberty. It's really good. Good morning, Derek. How are you? Oh, thanks so much, Noel. Appreciate it. Hell yeah, we've just been like quietly crushing the game here. Yesterday with that early pick, you guys know I sent my morning report, the daily report out actually in like bright and early in the morning at 9 o'clock because I like that 11 o'clock game yesterday. So our plays of the day have kind of been a little bit on a roll right now. So let's just keep the vibes going and yeah, but things have just been a little slow today, just so you guys know. Like, nothing is really moving. But it's just that point in the summer. You know, baseball season is always like that. It gets to that point in the summer where things are just slow moving, especially in the mornings. Especially in the mornings. Like, people just aren't waking up till 8 and Vegas does their lines, and it's like, okay, the rest of the world is sleeping, so are we we're gonna keep sleeping too, unless something dramatic changes. Hell yeah, good vibes all around, Super Pro, good vibes all around. Alrighty, so let's talk about some of these games that are going on. So let's start with some of these early games in Major League Baseball. I am seeing a little bit of movement, but a lot of Joe money. Thanks for all the emotes over there. Super Pro on Rumble using my special emotes. Okay, so starting off in Major League Baseball in this Rays Twins game, this is happening at 2:11 p.m. Eastern, so kind of an early game, but you know, some of these aren't really, they're not too early. They're not too early. I've been tracking the total here. Thanks so much, Mendoza. I appreciate it. Good morning. This under in this Rays Twins game has been looking pretty interesting. It opened under 9.5 at even money, and this has slowly been moving, really with no money backing it up. This is just like a little bit of a Vegas move, adjusting the odds to under 9.5 minus 110. So it's interesting seeing how this is moving, especially because there's no real money pushing this right now. So we'll have to see, does some money come in and does it push this? But it doesn't look like it's pushing it too much right now. Actually, I do see some spots having already adjusted this to under 10. So they are moving this line. A few people are starting to take the over here, but right now you could get the under 10 for about even money. In most spots, it's sitting at even money. Everyone else has moved it to over 9. Yeah, it's sitting over 9.5 minus 118 in a lot of spots. Yeah, I don't know. It's moving a little bit. I would say it's moving a little bit towards the over, so keep your eye on this just because this line is starting to move. Not too dramatically, but I am seeing a little bit of money starting to develop on the over here. So keep your eye on this Rays Twins game. Things are starting to shift, but most spots are still just holding it at that 9.5 number. Then this Cardinals Cubs game is happening at 2 o'clock as well. This Cubs run line is getting a lot of Joe action on it. Like, a lot of Joes are betting this run line. So that definitely makes me a little nervous. It went from -1.5 plus 165 to plus 130, but this line moved on a ton of Joe money. It's a Joe parade. So I'm staying away from it. Even though the line's moving in the right direction, the money is very square that's pushing this. So watch out for that. A lot of Joes are just hopping on the Cubs, pushing this line, but I don't want to join the Joes. I do not want to join the Joes. So that's interesting to seeing some of that early action going on there. You know, really not a ton of action happening today. Things have been a little slow moving. Not much more action happening in the Angels Blue Jays game or the Red Sox Nationals game. Things have just been kind of slow moving there as well. So, you know, it's still 4th of July weekend, and you just have to be really careful betting these lines because we see it already, like even on this Cubs line, a lot of Joe money showing up in spots. You want to be careful, like to look out for where, you know, where's the general public betting, and then really try to find some good value, like by, you know, not following the public, you know, fade the public. That's what a lot of people say. But truthfully, if you pick your spots and you analyze the games very thoroughly, and you know when the line has pushed past the equilibrium point, you know, that's really when you can find great places, great bets, and that's where you can make your moves. So I do want to show you the 4th of July betting breakdown video that I have for the 2-minute drill today. It's in the style of just like the regular YouTube video. I really love it if you guys have already seen this video, but if not, this is still something really important to remember because it's not just one day, the 4th of July. Like, this is a whole weekend that people have off now that are you know, they're still going to be betting like how they did yesterday. So take that knowledge with you as you look at these games and you analyze it, and I'll be showing you that video right now, so feel free to enjoy, and then we'll come back with some more games right after that. So enjoy. The 4th of July is sparklers and barbecue for most Americans, but for us sports bettors, it's a hidden window of opportunity. Baseball owns the day, and while casual fans are lost in the smoke and the fireworks, the betting markets go soft. Public money floods in, and it's heavy on favorites and hometown pride, especially overs. Patriotic optimism inflates totals and props up teams that don't deserve the chalk. So if you're paying attention, that is where the edge lives. I've tracked this for years, and the pattern never changes. Road dogs cash more than the models predict. Totals drift a run or a run and a half too high. And sharp money sits back, it leans contrarian, and of course it lets the celebration of the day move the line. One of my favorite angles is the getaway spot. Teams closing a road swing or coasting into the break rest regulars. They juggle their lineups and push bullpens past their comfort. Day games in oppressive July heat turn 9-inning marathons into who can survive. Books don't always price that fatigue, but you should. Weather adds another layer. Wrigley Fields, for example. Winds blowing in can kill runs, while winds blowing out can turn average hitters into all-stars. Coors, Fenway, Kauffman, and the Great American Ballpark all can spike or sink scoring in July, so you have to check real-time park factors. Then there's the fireworks game.
the national broadcast, patriotic jerseys, post-game show in red, white, and blue. Casual money pours onto the overs and the hometown heroes. And if the total feels a run and a half too high, that is probably because it is. So I'll wait. I'll let the late public money spike this number, and then I'll slide in on the under when the value peaks. So here is the playbook. Number 1, look for fatigue. Back the rested dog and fade the drained favorite. Number 2, understand the weather. The totals posted aren't gospel. Watch for changing weather and also track the wind direction. That's important. And 3, fade the fireworks. While everyone is just betting blindly on overs, evaluate the line and also look at how public money is moving it. Betting on the 4th is about focus, while everyone else out there is following the noise. While the public wagers like it's a party, you will have the edge if you bet like it's a regular day with soft lines. That discipline turns the holiday noise into a midsummer profit. Happy 4th!
I hope you guys enjoyed that. Just skip the ending there because you could go see that on YouTube. But yeah, that was my little 2-minute drill on just betting for this weekend and just some important points to remember as you're evaluating these lines, because you have a whole bunch of public bettors all weekend. I was hearing from, people on the shore that, oh, my partner, is always betting on this, or, oh, like I'm gonna go to the casino and gamble, and I just kept hearing that like over and over and over again. So, it's important to remember like there's a lot of casual bettors out there, and like just knowing how they behave and how the sports books are going to predict their behavior, the public, the casual bettor. That's when us sharp bettors can really find our spots and, profit, because we're playing with the house. We're not playing against the house. The house has taken all of their money, but we're playing with them. Yes, definitely. Happy 4th. I hope you guys had a great holiday, and if you're continuing your celebrations into today, I hope you just have a fun weekend and, celebrate, stay safe, especially around the fireworks. All right, let's look at some more of these games that I'm looking at for today. Not a lot of movement, but let's just skip right over to this Reds versus Phillies game. This is a 4:00 p.m. Eastern game, and I'm looking at this total. I am thinking this even might be a little bit of a ladder spot. It opened over 8, minus 105, went to minus 120 on a lot of over money. So I'm thinking if you wanted to, this might be a spot to ladder, maybe even ladder it up a little bit. See what kind of plus money you could get, ladder responsibly, of course, and lots of over money here. This line is moving with the money, so I like to see this over starting to develop pretty early, especially when it's only sitting at 8.5 right now. So you could probably grab the over 9, maybe even over 9.5, and get some nice plus money there. So make sure to line shop around. I do like that. I think that's developing. Of course, this is a 4:00 p.m. game. Anything can happen, so make sure this line doesn't fall apart, before the game starts. But right now, this over is looking pretty good. And not a lot of other action is going on in baseball. I know you guys used to call me the run line whisperer, and there just have not been that many good run lines this year, or at least run lines I really think are like worth playing. So it's been a little bit of a difficult spot. So I am choosing, leaning more towards the totals, seeing what's going on here. Like for example, this 9:00 game between the White Sox and the Rockies. I'm watching this total. This is pretty interesting. It opened up pretty high. It opened up under 11.5 at minus 110. Then it went to under 11, minus 107, with some pro under money. I like seeing the professionals starting to hop in on the under here, and they're throwing in a little bit of money. The line has already moved a half a point towards the under, and looks like the odds are adjusting as well. So yeah, I mean, what I expect to happen here is I think it's just going to keep going lower. Um, probably some more people will start taking the under, and I think it could just move lower and lower. But watching these totals has been really like interesting, and yeah, exactly. The run lines have been too tight this year, just too tight to play, and the sports books know this. They've definitely caught on, and it just makes it a lot more difficult, being a professional handicapper, because when the lines are so tight, and when the run lines, like, especially, like, they're not going to give away anything. These sports books, I mean, they're already operating on pretty small margins, all things considered, like after taxes and operating expenses and everything like that. Yeah, they have caught on that, Major League Baseball is a place where, like people like me were, extraordinarily profitable playing a lot of units. And this year I was going to play even more units than last year, but I think they caught on a little too much. And, now really totals are kind of the main spot, but I love playing run lines. I would love to see some more run lines develop today, but truthfully, they're just not there at this moment. And, I'm not going to pull a run line out of thin air and say, like, this is a good play because I like the team or something. That's not how I make my analysis. I do it just, whether it's meeting my parameters, whether it's a data-backed decision or not. That's how I run it. But, yeah, so let's move on to the WNBA. Let's take a look at some of these games, because there has been a little bit of movement here. Just not a ton in Major League Baseball today. So before I do that, I am just going to smoke a little bit of cannabis, enjoy Liberty Haze, and yeah, definitely. So, were you guys able to enjoy some cannabis over 4th of July? I was able to enjoy some on the beach, like low-key smoking a pre-roll. I smelled so much weed over on the beach. Like, I think everyone's doing that now. Like, it's much more of an accepted thing than it was years and years ago. So it's nice to see that. It's definitely nice to see that people, no, people are embracing cannabis. A lot of Americans are, and it's becoming more of an accepted thing. I think it's even probably, I don't know, more accepted than like smoking cigarettes on the beach or something. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe not. Woo! Got a taste of liberty. It's good. Exactly. It is the best. I agree. You can just relax, laugh. If you're hungry, you could get some munchies. And I don't know. I don't really see people getting into bar fights and brawls and everything when they're too stoned. Usually they're just like laying back, chilled, maybe a little couch locked. But that's a good feeling, I feel like, especially when you're just trying to take it easy on vacation. And a lot of people are out there drinking in the sun, and the alcohol that dehydrates you. Like, I see it all the time in Vegas. People just pressel up like their body contorts because they're so dehydrated with the sun and alcohol. It's like crazy. Like, they have to have like call the EMTs, bring people like doctors in, and ooh, smoking sour. Cool. Sour what? Yeah, an eighth or a quarter. I have like a lot of weed right here. Growing my own though, so this year's been tough to grow it. It's just been a tough cannabis year. Nothing's really wanted to grow this summer. So I'm gonna get some really, you know, like nice professional setup. You know, I was growing outdoors and I had a lot of success with that last year, but this year it's just been, ooh, sour diesel. That's good. That's really good. This year I feel like spring was kind of like non-existent, and then summer just happened, and then it's just been summer ever since. But a lot of rain and just not a usual summer. So, yeah. Cheers! Alright, let's win some WNBA wagers. Let's look at some of these lines. But as you can see, just everything's been a little slow moving, and I mean, I understand that we're all still waking up from 4th of July. I woke up this morning, I was like, oh my god, it's Saturday. It felt like a Monday. Like, it felt like, oh, this is the end of a long weekend. That is some good cannabis. Feeling the liberty. All right. So let's look at some of these WNBA games. So the Sparks are playing the Fever at 7 o'clock tonight. And right now I'm watching this Sparks money line. It's moving a little bit. It's a little bit slower moving. It went from plus 240 to plus 200, so it's just kind of sitting there right now. It looks like even the spread is moving a little bit as well. Like, they opened up at plus 6.5, now they're sitting at plus 5.5, plus 5 in a lot of places. Yeah, I mean, it seems like the money line is just sitting right there at plus 200. Some spots have already moved it to plus 195, but most of like the established, you know, casinos are just holding it at plus 200. So this is interesting, you know, seeing how this line is starting to move pretty early on, you know. Looks like it's moving a little bit against the Fever, so we'll have to see what happens here. Not a huge movement though. Hey Antonio, how are you? Good morning. I don't know, what do you guys think? I know we have a lot of Fever fans out there, especially, you know, with Caitlin Clark being on the team and everything. But it does look like this line is moving. Not seeing a ton of money on this or anything, like pushing. I'm just gonna check and see if there's any money pushing this WNBA line. Just looks very evenly split. Like a little bit of money starting to come in on the Sparks, but it's pretty evenly split right now. And so not a lot of action happening there. But let's talk about this other WNBA game. It's the Valkyries versus the Lynx, and they are playing each other at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And I have been watching this total. It opened up at 157.5, and then it just dropped to 154.5. So that's pretty interesting. Just seeing how this total has dropped down to 154.5 after especially like starting so high. It's just kind of sitting there. Some spots are still holding it at 155. But that's really just a little bit of movement. I haven't really seen a lot of money come in and push this total. So it's not like a bunch of people are coming in and taking the under here. It just looks like Vegas is kind of moving this line towards the under. This is an 8 o'clock game, so we do want to keep our eye on this and just, you know, see if it moves, see what develops. Hey Chris, how are you? Good morning. So that's really all that I'm seeing at this point, like moving around. Not a lot of movement on the board just because it's the day after 4th of July. A lot of people haven't, you know, they just haven't woken up yet. I mean, they're still asleep. They haven't placed their bets and that's okay. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Were you really busy like with work the past few days? Angels on the money line. Let me take a look at that. Let's see what's going on here. It does look like it's moving, but not a lot of money on the Angels, so not too many people taking the Angels money line right now. Looked like it opened up at plus 140. It's staying at plus 150 right now. Most of the people are taking the Blue Jays. That's what I see, and it does seem like the line is slightly moving, you know, towards the Blue Jays there. Yeah. Yeah, it's a it seems like everyone is taking the Blue Jays seriously. I would say that's like a level 4 money right now on the money line. Looking at that versus the Angels, people are just kind of staying away from that money line. And it's kind of going in the wrong direction too, opening up at plus 140, now sitting at plus 162. A lot of people on the Blue Jays today. And even on the Blue Jays run line too. I see a lot of people taking that. Not as much as the money line, but a lot of people are taking the Blue Jays run line. You could get that at like plus 105, plus 110 right now. That's like level 1 money. I saw him in the chat earlier. Yeah, I mean, baseball's weird though, you know, when teams get hot, sometimes they just get really hot, and then when they're not hot, they're not hot. Like, it does, you know, it does always change all the time. Just wanted to look at this one line. So the Blue Jays run line opened up at plus 115, yeah, and it's sitting at plus 110 right now in a lot of spots, plus 105. You know, even despite like all this money on it, I would have expected it to move just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, but I really didn't. So, it's interesting. Well, those are all of the games that I'm looking at for today. If you have any other games you'd like me to analyze, feel free to throw them in the chat. Yeah, not like a ton of action going on, but people are still waking up. You know, things are just a little more slow moving this morning, and it's the middle of summer. Everyone's on vacation. Definite vacation mode. I felt like I was in vacation mode this morning, waking up, and I'm like, what time is it? Like, I never wake up this late. I was definitely on vacation mode. Now I'm wearing my little green vacation outfit that I'm so glad you guys like. My little green vacation neon look. And yeah, so it's been a fun 4th of July holiday. I know everyone has, hey Craig, I know everyone has some time off, and just make sure to take it easy. Stay safe out there. Thanks so much, Chris. Well, I love it. I'm going to take one more hit of Liberty, Yeah, if you have anything you'd like me to analyze, feel free to throw it in the chat. Otherwise, that's all I got for you today. This has been just kind of a slow moving day with the games, but you know, we did find a few little spots, a couple little totals that are like stuff to keep our eye on. Smoking the Liberty. Alrighty, so let me just run down what I liked. I did like the over in the Reds and the Phillies game. I thought that might be a spot for a potential little ladder, and I like the under in the White Sox Rockies game. And that's really all I'm looking at for today. There are a few lines moving, but we're just waiting to see how these things develop and, you know, if there is a play on them. We'll see, but I will be putting out the morning report, so if you haven't signed up for it already, please make sure to do so. It's my free daily email that goes out every day. You get pictures of me every single day, my picks of the day, all the sports news, info, and just everything is in there, you know, like top quick hit stories, you know, my takes on things, the coaching corner, the health corner. There's just a lot of like good information in there. So make sure to sign up, sign your friends up just by going to arielcalista.com, clicking the button that says stay in touch. That's it. It's free. It's easy. This email goes out every single day, and I would love for more people to just sign up, tell all your friends and family about it, and let's get them on the list. Let's get this email into more people's hands and really share it with others. That's good, Craig. That is great. So, yeah, and Craig knows, you guys all know, you can reply back to any one of these emails just by responding to them. Like, all you do is just hit the reply button, and then you and I can have a personal conversation, direct, you know, you could ask me any questions about sports betting, really anything. Just say hi. It's great. All right, everyone, thanks so much for showing up to the stream this morning. I hope you have a wonderful holiday weekend. Good luck on all of your wagers, and make sure to relax. This cannabis strain got to me a little bit. Stay safe out there, you know, with the fireworks, with all the fun, the drinking, and just stay safe. Have a responsible time, and good luck, everyone, this weekend. Have some fun. I will see you all on Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Thanks for joining, and I will see you all next time. Bye.